This is TC Carson, and you're tuned in to Rolling Out.
Hey, Rolling Out family, welcome to Star Studio. I'm your host, Eddie Precise Lamar, and today we've got a true icon in the building. He's a vocalist, actor, and dancer whose artistry bridges the worlds of television, film, and music. You know him as Kyle Barker from Living Single and as the powerful voice behind Kratos in God of War. His artistry, energy, and authenticity continue to shape the culture and inspire generations. Today, we're diving into the life, legacy, and creative journey of the one and only Terrence TC Carson, who is being recognized by the Counter Narrative Project with the CMP Narrative Icon Award. We're talking career, culture, and community. Let's get into it. How you doing, brother?
I'm well, man. How about yourself?
I am so awesome. I'm excited for this conversation. You know, your career has spanned television, film, stages, and music. What keeps you grounded and inspired to continue evolving as an artist?
I love all those things that I do. I love the music. I love theater. I love film and television. I just directed my first movie, and I see that I like that space as well. So it's about staying creative. I think that keeps you young, keeps you connected.
So, of course, many people know you as Kyle Barker from Living Single, but your artistry as a jazz vocalist shows another dimension. How do those creative worlds feed each other?
Well, it's all performance. Singing is storytelling. Storytelling is theater. Theater is acting. So singing is acting with music, basically. It's all about, can you show up? Can you connect to the thing that you were here to do? Give the people what you were put on this planet to give them. And I think that's the biggest thing about, at least how I feel about what I do. I I don't need to be superstar, but what I want to make sure is that the things that I do resonate with people, and they are something that will help them move forward or help them feel better. I think we have enough things that are detrimental to us that don't make us feel good in our art or in our what we see, what we hear. So I'm working to, hopefully make people smile a little bit.
When you think about your influence on the culture, what do you hope people take from your legacy as both as an artist and as a man?
That I love my people, and what I do to the service of my people. And that's not to the disservice or for anybody else. No. And, people take those statements like that. No, but my intention in everything that I do is to serve my community and my whole community.
You use a very powerful word, and that's intention. Why is it important to move with intention?
If you don't really intend to do what you're doing, why are you doing it? It's like if you're just doing something, you keep him busy, you're doing something. But what is your intention for doing, especially if you're an artist? Why do you do what you do? Oh, of
Mm.
course you can do it and get the likes. Of course you can do it and, and get the eyes on it and get people to buy the product. But why do you do it? Just for your own self gratification? Or, is there another reason you do what you do?
You know, you've always used your art to express truth and emotion. Why has cultural storytelling been such a core part of your work?
If we don't tell our stories, who will? And our stories get filtered through somebody's eyes 90% of the time. And 90% of the time, those eyes don't belong to somebody of color. And our stories and how we see them get filtered through those eyes. So when we get a chance to tell our stories through our eyes, why not do it?
How has it been navigating this entertainment world as a black man?
I've watched it go from people being famous because of the art they do to people being famous because of the things they do.
We're not gonna stop that. I need you to dig into that.
You can get famous for TikTok video.
Hmm.
You get famous for eating crazy things. My day, you got famous because you were good at what you did. You were good at some art. You were good at some sport. Yeah, so it's just an interesting time. It's an interesting time.
You know, you're being honored with the CMP Narrative Icon Award this year. What
Mm.
does this recognition mean to you personally and professionally?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, to be honest, because I don't really look for awards. I don't do what I do to get the pat on the back. And although I'm glad people appreciate what I do, don't get me wrong, I really am honored. It's always a little surreal to me to get awards. It's something I wrestle with all my life, is the pat on the back, the good job. Even being out in public and people coming up and expressing, what they feel about what I do it's wonderful. Don't get me, it's wonderful. But yeah, I don't feed on that. What I feed on is going and being on stage, doing my music and watching how the music and the vibrations affect people. Being on stage in the theater and having people really be invested, so much so that they can't help but go, ooh, ah, when you're doing what you're doing. I mean, that's why I do what I do. Those moments, because then I know my art is connecting with the people who came to experience the art.
Yes. So if you had to choose, I want to put you here, but if you had to choose between theater, the stage, acting, or singing, which one would you choose?
It's all one. When I'm doing my music, it's theater, and I am acting to tell the story. Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. When she gets on stage, that's who you see. When I get on stage, you see TC. You don't see Terrence, you see TC. TC is a major part of who I am. He's not all of who I am, but he's a part of who I am. And he's that part that can connect to that thing that can connect to you.
Yes. So you have an upcoming album called The Chameleon. What can listeners expect from this project?
Hopefully it'll make you smile. Hopefully it'll make you bounce a little bit, looking at the vibrational thing of the music. And I think it is in a nice place. It's in a nice chakra space. It's, kind of here. And I think we need that right now.
Definitely. So before I wrap, I want to go through our star speed. It's a rapid fire round. So before we wrap, I like to have some fun on Star Studio. A few quick questions that no overthinking, just the first thing that comes to mind. You ready?
Uh,
I'll prep you for this first one. So this first one is a Chicago question. So Harold's or Remus? Say that again. Say that again for the people.
Harold's. Harold's.
Okay, okay, okay. There we go. There we go. So dream duet, living or gone? Who are you singing with?
Lettucey. Cy Smith. Lisa Fisher. Shaka Khan. I'm going to leave it there.
What's the first album that changed your life?
Roberta Flack, First Take.
If you weren't an artist, what would you be doing?
Cooking in a restaurant.
Favorite city to perform in?
I would want to say Chicago just because we talk about Chicago right now. No, Chicago's good. I'd say Chicago.
So what's your go-to comfort food after a show?
Jameson and ginger beer.
Okay. All right, so last one. The one word that best describes Terrence TC Carson right now.
Grateful.
Yes. TC, where can the people find you?
Instagram is official TC Carson. YouTube and everything else is just TC Carson.
TC, thank you so much for joining us here on Star Studio.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Your passion, authenticity, and artistry continue to shape the culture in powerful ways. To our Rolling Out family in Atlanta, make sure you come out and celebrate the Counter Narrative Project CNP at 11 celebration on October 25th, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Gathering Spot. It's a night honoring storytelling, advocacy, and the brilliance of our community. Thanks for tuning in to Star Studio. This is your man, Eddie Precise Lamar. And as I always say, stay focused, positive, and productive. Peace.